everyone, welcome to Wicked West Books. My name is Meg. This is Oscar. Good boy. Good boy. And this is Kestrel. And I am an Elytrian archivist, ready to go to school to become a Rift architect. A couple things that you should know about me is that my conduit is this hairpick of bone, and my goddess is Lamia, the goddess of divination. When I need to hear from her, I use my deck of tarot cards. In case you guys have not yet heard of Orilium, it is the magical readathon that takes place during August. It is put on by G from Book Roast. It's a very, very detailed readathon in its own world that G has created. Hey, Oscar. Yeah, come here. Yes. This readathon has so much detail and stuff put into it. There is a world, there is lore, and there are classes that you have to take in order to get a profession. And the profession, as I mentioned, that I chose to study for this year is Rift Architect. And as such, I have put together my own syllabus that covers all of the classes that I need to take and pass, and what grade I need to take and pass it with in order to become a Rift architect. So let's go through that list and the books that I have to read in order to pass this test. The first class that I have to take is Inscription. For this class, I need a qualified grade, which means that I have to read 2 books. The first book is for the class of Gift Recollection. For this reading prompt, I have to read a childhood favorite, and for that choice, I have chosen A Little Princess by Frances Hodgins Burnett. This is the copy that I grew up with, and it is what I will be rereading for the first grade of Inscription. This book is back from when I still thought dog earing was an okay thing to do. And it is an illustrated book. The second grade is Qualified, and that class is Inking Techniques. For this, I need to read a manga/graphic novel/comic book, and for this, I have chosen Saga Volume 2. This is obviously the second book in the Saga series. I may have to reread the first one as well because I do not know. Actually, I think I remember it pretty well, and I would love to continue to know what goes on in this very, very popular series. The second grade that I have to get is a Distinguished in Spells and Incantations. So for me to get the first grade, I have to take and pass Spell Recolor. For this prompt, I need to use a color generator in order to come up with the color of a book that I have to read. When I spun the color generator, it came up with the color green. So I picked Jade City by Fonda Lee, which was already on my TBR for this month because it's a book I wanted to read. So that worked out very well for me. And of course, the next grade up is Qualified. And for that, it is Incantation Echo. For this, I have to pick a book off someone else's TBR. Now, my husband chose a book for the first week of August for us to buddy read, which means it is on his TBR. And for this, I have chosen In the Shadow of Lightning by Brian McClellan. This book is about someone who has left high society and is drawn back into it by the murder of his mother. I have read a couple of Brian McClellan's books before, and while they're not my favorite, they are usually a fun read. And in order to get a distinguished grade for Spells and Incantations, I have to do the Hex of Tongue Tie. I got you. I know. Something that this cat is not. And for this, I have to annotate a book, which is something I have never done before. But I figured that if I had a good option to do this, that book would be The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, because it is a color palette that I am very confident in writing in, and I can probably make it very, very pretty and match the cover to an extent at least. And the final course that I have to pass is Conjuration, and for this I need a qualified grade. So in order to get the ordinary level, I have to pass the Foundations of Necromancy. For this, I have chosen the book Soul Taken by Patricia Briggs, which is not out yet, but will be a very vampire-focused novel in the series. And I know that vampires exist because of necromancy, so this is the obvious choice, especially because I will be going to a book signing of hers as well this month. And in order to get a qualified grade, which is the one that I need for this class, I need to read a book with a bone on the title or in the cover, and for this I have chosen The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is a book that I have been meaning to reread so that I can get caught up on the series as it continues. In order for me to continue on this career path, I will have to do a lot of update classes in the future, and I think that this is something that will allow me to continue on my path for knowledge, as well as allow me to travel the world to see more of it and gain more knowledge. So if you come with me on the start of this journey, I hope that you stay until the end. I, of course, will leave links down in the description below if this is a path that you would also like to take. However, there are other courses if a Rift Architect is not what is the career path for you. And there are other guilds if you do not want to be an archivist like me. I highly recommend that you check this out. She puts a lot of thought into it, and it is a continuing journey type readathon that you can come back to over and over and over again and always find something new. 2 of these books were also on the Camp Spoopathon TBR, as well as one other book, and that will constitute everything that I read during the month of August. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. This little guy really wants freedom. Have a wicked day. Oh, those teeth give me a lisp.